matter what mood I'm in or what's going on, just keep on pushing through, because time is everything, and you never know when your time is up. So I just dropped my app, www.ChisoLifts.com. Online personal training. You got custom meal plans, custom training plans. With the training plans, you got a video showing you how to do all your exercises. You could log in your sets, your reps, the weights you use, and literally every month I changed up your plan. In the description, you got a code BESTU20 at the moment. You can use that to get a 20% discount for life. New episode out with my boy Olathecomedian, also Ed. Let's get it. Normally he'll tell you like I'm always super calm, like sometimes I'm baffled by myself because it's too often. But yeah, yesterday's one proper rattled me, because imagine I message man, yo bro, and like I said, normally I expect him to hit me back within like 5 minutes, because he's like me, we always back and forth, we banter all the time. But because I didn't message him a couple of weeks as well, I was just like, right, let me check how, you get me, how he is, because like normally we always send each other dumb memes and dumb jokes and bantering, like having jollof wars, Ghana versus Nigeria. You get me? So I've hit him up like, raw, like, you know, on that tip, like, shit, you was meant to come to record YouTube with me a week ago, but because my mind was everywhere, and especially like the festival was stressing me, bro. Like I don't think you understand, like issues with council and filling out this risk assessment, giving them forms, and then all of a sudden now it's like, right, I message you to hit you up, like, yeah, check up on you. I say, right, let's film together next week. Then all of a sudden got a random DM from his cousin now saying, right, I'm not, she said something like, yeah, you don't know me, but you know my cousin. I think my cousin's one of your friends. What happened? I tried to message him yesterday. Then she was like, sent her number, called her straight away. She's like, send her number, like, call me when you're free. I was training it, but my mind was all over the place the whole of yesterday anyway, so that's why I was by myself training that. I didn't want to phone no man to come train with me. So yeah, I've just hit her up like, boom, straight away. She's like, oh, I died. I was like, right, straight reaction was like, what the, you get me? And I was baffled. Fam, I normally don't cry, and I actually was crying out here. And she's like, right, like, you're crying? I was like, yeah, like, it proper rattled me, because, you know, like, it's not someone you expect at all. But in the past month, it's like, there's been that, my aunt's died, you get me, like, month before, like, I'm telling you, of a brethren who, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's back to back, and the thing, you're going to go bury his dad, it's like back to back to back. But Ed will normally tell you, I'm normally, like, when my mum died, I switched off after a while and became super
It was actually
calm.
so mad, because the thing is that, like,
I mean?
even the way how he's just explained that, like, my, how can I put it, my mentor, my business partner, and the person I took over and represent the brand of his company from Miami.
You passed in the gym.
Bro, he just passed in the gym.
Brother.
The maddest thing is that I was talking to him, we were DMing. Talking to him, because I normally speak to him every single morning. It was like 4 in the morning we were talking. He said, yeah, he's on his way to the gym, going to go and do back. I've gone to work. I've switched off from social media. I get back in it, like when I come out of work, I'm seeing bare DM. You saw it before me.
Yeah, I saw it before him,
and he was one who was like asking me, like, well gone.
Yeah.
And the man's dropped. Just dropped, had died in the gym. Instant. But if you see my man, in shape, takes care of himself, not on no steroid bullshit, none of that. Just dropped.
Bro, it's rattling, because it's becoming too frequent, and it's the pattern now is people that I know who train as well. So you might look good on the outside, you never know what's going on inside.
So why did you call me to come and train today? I'm trying to live, bro.
Boy, training helps extend.
Look at that football player.
But
look at that.
Running on pitch. Man's, you know what, football players are one of those hardcore top athletes. Man dropped and had heart attack on pitch. Almost dead.
Shit's scary, bro. I'm telling you. Like normally, like I said, he would tell you, right, my mom died and his mom died after. And he was like, how do you stay so calm? And I said to him, like, right, like even today originally, I was gonna message every man and say, "Right, fuck this, I'm not doing this." I ain't been at my house in 2 days.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was about to go out because I say, "Right, why am I moping around miserable? I'm normally never down, but it's like I could sense something in the air. You get what I'm saying?" So I was a bit baffled. I was like, "Right," because I'm normally never down. I was like, I don't want to put that energy out there, so I just kind of just cocooned myself from everything. Then all of a sudden now, once I got that message and all that, I was moping around. Then I spoke to his cousin on the phone, and she phoned me later. Spoke again for time. I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, you know what? Like, my motto is, no matter what mood I'm in or what's going on, just keep on pushing through, because time is everything, and you never know when your time is up. And yesterday was a perfect example.
You know what the baddest thing he said to me was, when I found out when the serious thing with my mum was like this. He said, "Bro, you got little man." And I swear blind down right now, if I did not have my son, I don't know where I'll be right now. I tell you this, I'll probably be in Millsy Hospital right about now. I'll be honest with you, bro. I would have lost it. It was only the drive and the fact of me having my boy, and the way how my boy brightened up, regardless of my mum being ill, the way how my boy brightened up my mum's life, I've got to keep on doing that. I've got to be that person for him.
Yeah.
And that is what my mum would wanted me to be, and to continue to do. And that's why I have my moments. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, my mum's death was only last year. It's fresh, bro. Yes, I'm going counselling for it. And I tell a man, don't knock it, bro. The power of counselling is absolutely amazing. I got my sessions at every single Friday, and then also I go to my pastor and have one with him. And I tell you this, like, bro, I know there were certain points where I'll switch off, won't talk, I'm emotional, don't want to say nothing to anyone, I can't function, I can't do nothing. But going counselling, talking to my pastor, gave me these little exercises and steps where, do this, think of that, and I'm like, it will flood through me, and then, bro, I'm good. And I'm good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I tell you, the one thing that I don't really like is when people say, so and so's gone on to a better place. In my head, I'm just like, how do we know? How do we know that place is better?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what do we know that's told us that place is better? Because in my head, I'm just like, rah, it's not fair. You know, like when you've seen someone like working hard, like achieving, like under, like, he's someone who made me even like download like what's that app? Flipping Free Trade. So he made me download Free Trade, and it was like, raw, like you know, like one of them man who was just directors, like, raw, you can make money from stocks, but also you'd have low times. But he's like, raw, when there's a low time, just hang on, because like eventually everything goes back up. So he was just like, don't be one of those people trying to jump in and just make the quick eat, and you know what I mean, because he goes, it doesn't always work in your favor. So he was just like, be patient. So he was talking about how much he had in Tesla and all of that, and he was like, in 5 years time, when everything has got to,
he was making plans for 5 years.
It's like 5 years time. Then we was talking about 2030, how electric cars is gonna have to be the standard here, in London. So it was like companies like Tesla, Nikola, and all of this. They're all gonna, you know what I mean. So all these big companies are gonna take off to the next level. So he was like, right, even if everything's on red at the moment, just hang on, because he's like, right, we're not talking about trying to make short-term money. We're talking about, this is 10 years time when we're in our 40s, and you get what I'm saying. So once you've got that in your head now, you're thinking, rah, you man are talking about what you're gonna, you get what I'm saying? Busting joke about, when lockdown is fully done, when we can get back out to Miami and all of this, and you know what I mean? It's like, rah, all of that there, like we miss Miami, then you just find out, rah, man's not feeling well, goes to the hospital, and doesn't come out. It's fam. It just makes you look at life and think, right, what's the point of everything?
You remember Patrick Kevin?
Yeah.
Look at Patrick Kevin, bro.
Yeah, I know
Patrick,
very well.
bro. Patrick was like this. My man went in for a routine operation. Routine. Patrick died not last year, the year before lockdown.
Yeah.
And the
clothing designer.
Yeah, the clothing designer. And bro, deep this.
I didn't even know.
Deep this. The same day we bury him, the day after, his wife has his child.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
My goodness,
mad.
I didn't even know.
My
first special, I wore Patrick Kevin.
I knew his older
I
brother
had
first.
his velour tracksuit from time, bro. I
knew
still
his
got it.
older brother. His older brother before him. His older brother died years ago as well.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because his older brother used to date my older cousin when I was little, when I first moved to the country. So that's how I knew him. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
Next
it's mad.
day he had a son, he didn't even...
And he wasn't there for the birth of his own daughter.
Bro.
Yeah, he had a girl, sorry.
Bro, it's mad. Like, Pat was good people as well. Proper good people, you get me? Like, one of them older men that Pat will be driving. No matter where he is, boop, boop, boop. You know what I mean? He'll stop.
You know what? I can tell my
He'll make time for you.
I can tell when I see to you. Do you know what Pat did for me one time? Bro, it was during a period of time when my mum first had her stroke.
Yeah.
I was taking time off from work, and I wasn't making any money, and I was so behind on my rent. Came and said, here, boom, there you go, bro. They were about to evict me, and he paid my bill. And I was like, raw.
Pat was proper good.
And until that day, he's never even asked me. He didn't even ask me for that money back. So when he died, bro, that just... And it was his niece who told me.
You know, there's always people that you always pick up a very good vibe from and good energy from that never live long.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's like good for
It doesn't mean all of us.
Sometimes I think to myself, raw, does man just cross over to the dark side and just become Dr. Doom or something with some mask on and just be on a rampage? Because it just seems like, raw, you get 9 lives when you're in the dark side, because it don't make no sense.
I'm ready to learn whatever Dr. Strange is doing, bro.
Brother, that's
why I'm ready to start learning.
Some dark arts or something, because boy, do you have to join, what's his name, Bane and them lot, and
boy, I might have to go to Voldemort and some Harry Potter shit, bro.
Bro, we all have to leave though, that's the thing. We all have to leave at some point.
Was it the Mirakuru serum? You get me?
Oh, don't get me. Oh,
I have to join the Legion of Doom, boy. My super friends. Bro, it's mad. If you sensed my aura yesterday, you'd have thought, damn, man. You know what I mean?
Tell you what, bro.
Yeah.
And I hadn't had to deal with that for a while now.
Yeah.
You know, briefly early on this year, I just had this premonition about my mum, and so I really started going into prayer about it, and I was really worried as well because she's in Nigeria, and there's always one thing or the other in that country. So I was really, really praying about it, and I was even praying about it today, funny enough, just because it still sits in my head. But the last time I had to do it was my aunt, my mum's immediate sister, and again, no warning, just got a phone call. I was even in Bulgaria at the time, so that's not even the call I'm expecting. And the thing about it was that, like, we've had deaths in the family before, but I, like yourself, I'm not usually the one crying. I don't know, I felt like I was maybe, you know, some kind of evil, stone-hearted person, because I'd just be at the funeral, like, okay.
Bro, I did the same thing with my dad's funeral. When my dad died,
I feel like it doesn't sink in yet or something.
It didn't sink in until a year later.
I wasn't allowed to cry at my mum's.
Yeah.
My mum's older brother, my uncle with my shades on, my mum's older brother tapped me and said, "Right," said, you're seen as even though you're young, you're seen as an elder. He's like, don't cry. He said, "Right, do it in private." I was just like, right. And
there's wisdom in that, you know, because I know there's a lot of pushes to get men to cry now, but there's a wisdom in crying in private.
He was like,
100%.
He said to me, the thing is, if you start crying, everyone, the women, the kids, everyone start bawling. He set everyone. So he was like,
that's why
so he was like,
I hear that. I hear that because I did when I was doing my speech at my mum's, and even though I didn't go to her funeral, when we were just sending her body off the viewing, I did the speech. And I tried my best not to, but I did. Soon as I just let out the first cry, everybody started bawling. Everyone did.
That's even what I was about to tell you about my aunt's funeral. Is because for me, I was sad and I had, you know, wept a few tears, but it was when I saw my cousin, her only son. I saw him crying. That's what threw me off. I couldn't handle myself. I was a blubbering mess. Watching him, like him and his boys were putting the dirt in on her grave, and then he just stops from him and bursts out crying. I couldn't handle myself. I've never cried like that before. So there is that. I understand why they say that. You don't have to be strong for everybody, but at the same time, I think for men it's like you need to go find a place where you can go and deal with that, so that you can still be the strength that the rest of the family needs at that time.
I when everyone left. So when everyone left, I just said to everyone, "Go, leave me alone." And they was like, "Rah, but how you gonna make it back?" I was like, "I know my way through the village." So so I was like, they was like, "How?" And I was just like, you know what it is? When I was little, there was one water tank. And because I knew the position of the water tank, I would just like follow the water tank, and it would lead you towards where you need to be on the main road. And once you get to that bit, you just know you bust that corner, you're there. So I just always remember that from when I was a little kid, that because there's not really high buildings there in it, so that one water tank always stood out in it because it was really high up. So it was just a thing that I stayed there for a while, and I was just like bawling, and I was just like, "Rah, like this is, you know what I mean? You're never gonna see the person again." But with Ed, I'm like, it was worse for you because you didn't get to go because it was lockdown, innit?
The thing is that when Mum died, it was the fact of we just went into the serious heart of lockdown. Mum died in April, and fun enough, it's crazy. The day my mum died, she died on Good Friday.
Wow.
And I look at the significance of that, and look at it where God rose on Good Friday. Jesus rose on Good Friday. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like all of that, and I'm just like, all of that just started playing into my head afterwards when I deeped it. And it was just then we had to hold her body because we wanted to send her body back to Ghana. So the funeral home had to hold her body until all the way up until August. Holding her body then, and then on the 20th, so basically nearly the end of August, because her funeral was on the 28th. So we sent her body back on the 28th, and then I'm getting told that, Ghana's border is closed. You can't go. And to the fact that even one of my members of family was supposed to organise, and I sent the money to do a Zoom. Bro, I'm sitting in my yard on the day of my mum's funeral waiting for the Zoom link.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't even get it. Bro, if I tell you this, how I went so mad. Just because I was just sitting there waiting for the Zoom link.
I can't even let it out, right? Rattled.
To the fact that, bro, I think when I turned on my phone back after that day, I probably had over 100 missed calls and texts. Easy. I had to switch off. Because, bro, I went to Brockwell Park, and they still had access to the pull-up bars and everything else like that. Bro, I don't know how many pull-ups and what I did that day just to try and exhort myself and just get tired so I can go home, cover myself with the sheets and go to sleep. That's all I wanted to do, because me constantly being awake was killing me. It was just killing me. And then another thing that killed me again was my mum's year's anniversary. So I finally get to Ghana. And then I said, alright, cool, I'm going to, but then also I went there to go and bury my uncle at the same time.
Wow.
So I get to Ghana, went to my mum, and it was my mum's 1 year anniversary. So I said, alright, fine, I'm going to go and visit my mum at a graveside in the village. The day I decided to go and set off, there's a big massive accident that's happened on the roadside. That is the only road that leads to the village. Do you think I could get to go? And I was flying home the next day. So then the thing about it is the journey is like a 4.5 hour journey to get to the village, even by driving. And even if I decided to leave at 5 in the morning to go and do it, I couldn't have, because of the COVID test. I had to collect my COVID certificate and get my test results back at 10 o'clock in that morning so I can get to the airport. So, bro, it was done for me, bro. And just having that realization that I'm here, she's so close to me, and I couldn't go to see her.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, when I mean it done me, and I think Chiz was the first person who messaged me and I done my post and I said it had done me. But you know what? I just looked at it as was that maybe that was a sign from my mum telling me, you know what? Don't come, because if you did come, you could have been in that accident.
Oh. Ooh.
That could have been you in that accident.
Wow.
So I just said, you know what? Cool. But I will find my time. I will come and get the chance to come and see you. And that's it. But bro, it did kill me. It killed me. It did kill me, knowing that I was there and I didn't. It's like I felt like every single moment I get a chance to go and see her, something's preventing me from going. I couldn't go to her funeral.
Yeah.
Now I'm here, I can't even get to go and see her graveside.
Yeah, I ain't even been back home since my mum passed. You get me? So it's it's weird, man. It's proper weird. It's one of them things there that I don't know. It's like I was saying yesterday to my friend's cousin that since my mum passed, I've got more empathy for people. I got more time for people than before. You know what I mean? Because I always felt like I was always at a pace, boom, 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 boom. But I was always I'm always in my zone. But I felt like I was just always in my zone and not out there for everyone as much as I could have been. Yeah. But since then, I've become more understanding. You know what I mean? I get what people go through. I get that everyone is not going to be able to handle things the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get that that some of us are more built for it than others. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the way other people react, I don't react the same. You know what I mean? I don't show too much emotion, and it's not by fault. It's just by I think it might be like a coping mechanism, where on a normal person's average year they might not lose someone. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But this year I already know 5 people that I can remember off head at the moment. Sometimes my head goes blank and I can't remember who's passed until I'm driving past someone's house, or I might be scrolling my Instagram and just be like, oh shit, my man's dead. You get what I'm saying? Like tapping random pictures or random comments, I'm like, oh shit.
If I deep it,
you know what I mean?
How many people have died since from me losing my mum? Then straight after my mum, it was one of my closest brethren, Nathaniel Soldier. Soldier died, and the way how he died, it was just mad, bro. Can you imagine? You died by your own stepson in your yard.
Yeah, I remember. I heard that.
His own stepson stabbed him in his heart, died instantly by your own stepson. So it was him. Then I had 4 aunties after that die. Then I had like 6 cousins. With all that space, bro, the amount of people that have died in the space of when my mum died up until now, I can tell you easily 20 people.
It's a thing that you see with life. You just have to live. That's the reason why, like I said, I just always try and keep it moving all the time, because you don't realize time is not. And that's why I kind of take it personally when people mess with my time.
Yeah. When you say about empathy, it's like this. People will probably still say this. I don't show emotion. I'm always screw face, everything else like this. But you know what? To be honest, that's just how my face is set. That's just my face. But I'm more emotional than him. But my face is set like I actually don't give a shit. But the maddest thing is that it's the same what you said too. I have made more time and understanding for other people. I'm a lot more receptive. I'm like, come on. Like there were times where I wouldn't even give a shit. You need what? So okay, go and find someone else. But now I'm spending more time to hear what you got to say, understand what you got to say, and say, well, if I can help, this is what I can do for you.
Well, funnily enough, like in the scripture, I think it was Jesus that said that it's better to attend a funeral than to attend a wedding, and the idea being that, you know, obviously that time of reflection does a lot more for you sometimes than the time you spend celebrating, turning up, you know, drinking wine and whatnot. And the fact that it's both of you can record that, like, oh, it's made me more empathetic and care more about people. I just feel like it's that if we can all see that this how many people are going in this time, and there's got to be a reason for us to get right, to look after each other, to pray, to check in on people. Because imagine you're sending a message to somebody and you're imagine if you'd start getting pissed off, like, how come this guy's not replying me? We're shooting soon. Like, what's wrong with him? Blah, blah, blah. You would feel bad afterwards when you realize that he wasn't even here to reply the message. So it's just it's a warning, it's a reminder, I think, to put stuff in perspective, man. Because
it was weird because it was just like, right, you know, like, because obviously you ain't heard from a man for a couple of weeks, so it was just like a because normally there's always some sort of you post something dumb on your story, I see it, and I'm just there kikiing, put my own 2 pence in, you get me? I post something, boom, 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 boom. Then we both send each other like some sort of dumb, you know what I mean? And then he will be here sometimes when he comes here and he was training. He'll be playing flipping Clubhouse in the background. I'm like, bro, man, that I'm like, turn that crap off. You get me? He's like, raw. Like, yeah, like you heard blah blah. I said, bro, I deleted the app from my phone. I said, I can't have this energy around me. Like, it's there people warring each other
at 6 o'clock in the morning to come and train. He still got that on. He said, oh, I even went to sleep with it on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sleeping in the clubhouse.
He used to fall asleep, bro.
So that's why I deleted it. I was like, I can't have this. The groups I was in there would be bantering. Then all of a sudden it'll turn into war. And I'm like, people arguing. I was like, nah. So one day I deleted it. I was like, I can't have this.
It's such a grand closing. At the beginning, it was like, and after a while, even me, I was like, you know what, I don't need this anymore. People be calling me, you know, when people ping you and come and join this discussion. Like, look, don't bring me that kind of energy right now. I'm actually having a good day. I don't understand every day, black men this, black women that. I was like, just let me live.
Talking about money.
Emily used to bring me in convos all the time, but like you said, like after when I'll see titles, black men, this black men, that black men, this black. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa.
One girl that always used to talk about money this, money that. Man need to be stepping it up. Oh, I make more money than most men. I'm like, who cares?
You see, when you die, all that money you make, it's not going nowhere.
This is it. This is the point I'm trying to make.
It's not going nowhere.
This is what we're supposed to learn.
Like,
if you're paying attention, you learn that.
What am I gonna say to you? Like, right, when I'm going here, throw that rollie on my wrist and the Apple Watch. You get what I'm saying? Put a charger port in the grave. So that if you not see if you not see in your Apple app any suspicious activity, that means come and open the thing. I'm back. You know what it was? It'd be like, oh shit. I slept you. I overslept. Yeah. Come get me, man. I'm hungry, man. Man needs a Molly's number 7.